Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast, No More Excuses. I am your host, Sandi Ballard, the badass business coach. And yes, this is your Monday motivation, or I don't know, motivation on whatever day you're listening to this. All right. Welcome back and thank you for being here. Thanks for sharing this podcast with others and for investing in you. And if you've never been here, this is the podcast where we break down the barriers, whatever's holding you back, and I help you achieve your goals one step at a time. I talk about business stuff, alignment in life, and work and life in general, because it's business and professional. So I'm constantly preaching personal and professional growth. All right. Again, I'm Sandi Ballard, the badass business coach, and thank you for being here. And I just want to get you where it's going to be good today. Welcome to June, right? Holy shit, it's June. And I've done that talk quite a few times over the years for all kinds of groups, and that sentence, holy shit, it's June, or holy shit, it's June already. It can be taken in so many ways. It's a great time to wrap your head around the fact that it is June. And in just a few short weeks, few fast weeks, it's going to be month 6, the completed month 6, halfway through the year. But guess what? We still have 6 months left, no matter what. So for some of you, this might be a moment of triumph where you're kicking ass, you're taking names, and things are going great. And for others, it might feel like a punch in the throat, right? Either way, it's time to take stock in everything you're doing, reassess, and push forward. So, all right, let's dive in. All right, so first up, let's talk about for those of you who are crushing it. Maybe you set out to start a new business and you did. Or perhaps you aim to get fit, because personal and professional growth, if they're not aligned, you're going to focus on one and not the other. So maybe you aim to get fit and now you're smashing your best, personal best at the gym, right? Yes, I know it's like personally with some setbacks I've had with my hand surgeries and my knee surgery, I'm working on getting back to fit, getting there, getting to wherever it is, right? Personal best, not anyone else's, right? I want to just insert some applause right here for those of you who are crushing it. Take a moment, give yourself a pat on the back, recognize and celebrate your achievements. And doing that, no matter how small the achievements are or how big they are, it's crucial to give yourself the cred you deserve. It builds momentum and it keeps you motivated. But remember, there's always room to grow. Complacency is the enemy of progress. Celebrate, but don't settle. All right. Here's a quick exercise for you. Okay. Grab a piece of paper and jot down 3 things you've accomplished since January. Big or small, doesn't matter. And if you're driving, think about it, come back to it, or perhaps tell your phone or tell or whatever her other name is, Alexa, tell somebody that you talk to take notes for you, right? And I had to whisper those because both are very close. Feel free to pause here so you can go get some paper and write down yours, all right? Okay, pause. All right, you got it? Are you there? I know that was a very quick pause, but you're supposed to literally pause this and write it down and come back. All right, so once you've got your 3, write down one thing you can do to build on each of those successes in the next month by the end of June, okay? Again, tell Siri or Alexa to take more notes, or pause this podcast and write that down. Okay, got it? Awesome. All right, now let's flip the script. Maybe you're on the other side of the spectrum. Holy shit, it's already June and you haven't done shit. It happens. Like life gets in the way, plans fall apart, motivation goes away. How about we insert that deep sigh that I just did, or that nasty, depressing music, that bump, bump, boom sound, and you're just not excited about getting up and doing it again. It happens. Shit happens. It's not too late. All right. The worst thing you can do is beat yourself up and stay stuck in a rut, or worse, give up. Right? Instead, let's get real. Why haven't you made progress? What's been holding you back? Be honest with yourself. Okay. So again, tell Siri or Alexa to take notes for you. Think about what you're doing or write it down. What's gotten in the way? You know, I shared honestly that I had 4 surgeries in 5 months. I didn't do a podcast for quite a few weeks because I literally was so just mentally exhausted. Oh, and we moved and had contractors in here for the first 3 weeks. Yeah, that was fun. Yes. So it was just a very chaotic time. And I didn't feel I could give you my best. So I didn't, which was not always great. I should have talked through it. Instead, I kept it inside. And I felt like that wasn't the best thing. But, you know, sometimes mentally, I'm just letting you know, shit happens mentally. If you just can't do it, sometimes you can't do it. You gotta feel the feels. You gotta work through it because there's no fucking way around it. All right. I wrote about that in my 3rd book. There's no way around the muck. You gotta work through it. All right. So write that down. Think back to January. What were your goals? Are they still important to you? If yes, why haven't you moved forward? What's happened? What's gotten in the way? And if no, those goals aren't important to you anymore, what's changed? Sometimes our priorities shift, and that's okay. Sometimes things happen in life. You know, we moved from Indianapolis to California 4.5 years ago. Clearly, my goals changed. The key is to realign your goals with what truly matters to you right now. I sound like a broken record to some of you, don't I? Well, whether you're riding high on your successes or feeling that sting of inaction, it's time to make a plan. All right, we've got 6 more months, almost 6 more months in the next few weeks, right? And if you're feeling that sting, think about what can you do in the next few weeks. So by the end of June, what are you willing to do for you? And hopefully these steps I'm about to give you will help you. And they're good for both of you, whether you're kicking ass or getting your ass kicked, right? Step 1, revisit your goals. Take a fresh look at your goals. Are they big enough or too big? Are they still relevant to what's going on in your life right now? Are they clear? Do they make sense to you, your staff, if you have staff or volunteers, or even the people around you that support you? If not, refine them. Clear goals are easier to pursue. And let me touch on the people around you in your environment. Not everyone is always on board with your goals. So don't let them should on you. That's what a good coach or mentor is for, is to talk through your goals and help you see them from the outside in, your business from the outside in, and does it make sense? Are they clear? All right. Step 2, set short-term milestones. Yes, break those big ass goals into little baby steps. Baby goals, weekly tasks, action items, all right? However you want to refer to it. Break your goals into smaller, manageable tasks instead of write a book, aim for write 1 chapter, all right? Instead of get fit, lose 20 pounds, go for, I'm going to work out 3 times a week, or I'm going to walk 3 times a week. I'm going to have a salad 3 times a week. I know that we all know this, but do we practice it? I've been guilty of it. In the past, when I was writing my books, I'm like, I got to get this book done. Little secret, my first book, I didn't have it done. I had just dabbled in it. I had written some things here and there, but I also submitted a proposal to speak, and that got accepted. I had months to write the book, right? So I had to set some serious little baby goals to get that bad boy written. And that's what happens. I was looking at write a book. It was my first book. Everyone kept telling me I should write a book. I had to write a book, all the stuff to be taken seriously as a speaker. I had to have a book. Well, I said I had a book and I got accepted to speak. So, thinking back, it's like I was so overwhelmed with the thought that I had to have this book that I just was, I don't know, paralysis by analysis, or I just was overwhelmed and wasn't getting there. I couldn't let my mind flow to write it. So been there, done that. Yes. And, like I mentioned, after months off of working out, like I didn't lift a weight for 8 months. And I still haven't run the last time I ran was August, but now I'm getting back to the gym and doing other things. And I can't say, oh, get back to this, I don't want to say size or shape, but just get back to this, whatever fit badass I was running half marathons. I'm like, okay, what can I do today? What more can I do today than I did 2 weeks ago? Right. You have to break it down into little things, right? Oh, and I've honestly have had clients. I'm sure you can imagine this. I've had clients who would not listen to me about not overdoing it. She just went in. She's like, "Oh, okay, great. I need to do some social media," and she jumped in and was like, "I'm going to do 3 posts a day every single day." I'm like, girl, please don't. And I kept telling her, get it, baby steps, get baby steps, do 3 posts this week, do 3 posts next week, do 6 posts the week after. Well, guess what? She wouldn't listen to me. And within 2 weeks, the next time we met, she had burned out after just even a few days, I think after 1 week. So we met 2 weeks later and she's like, yeah, I stopped doing everything. It's like, oh my God. It's like, it's easier to add than subtract. It's like salting your food, right? Have you ever just salted your food like crazy before you took a bite and you're like, oh, oops, all right. All right, so step 1, reassess your goals. Step 2, break those down into monthly and even weekly goals. And step 3, create a schedule. Oh my gosh, this is my favorite one. Consistency is key. Set aside specific times on your calendar. Prioritize your to-do list. But on your calendar, block them out. I just was talking to my mentee and she schedules her tasks and her when she has things to do for a goal, she will block it out and set it like a meeting. And I love that because it's dedicated to working on your goals. It should be a meeting. These appointments are non-negotiable. Take those mini goals and tasks and determine what action steps you need to take. Those are the things that you'll do regularly, right? If it's important to you, you'll find a way. If it's not, you'll find an excuse, right? And this podcast is no more excuses. Consistency is what will help you build strong habits. And those habits can be hard to keep. I know it. I've seen it with the man candy. I've done it myself. It's like taking medicine from a doctor. Once you start feeling good, you stop taking it. Guess what? You get sick again. That's what causes those highs and lows. But if you create consistency, it helps level those out. In business ownership, there's always going to be ebbing and flowing, some highs and lows, but with consistency and habits, you can just flatten those out a little bit, right? So they're rolling hills, not mountains, okay? So think about what you're willing to do for you, for your business, for your family. All right, step 4, accountability. Yes, find an accountability partner, join a group, hire a coach, and sharing your progress and challenges with others will keep you honest and motivated. One of my friends taught me about work sprints. Yes, you choose one thing. I've talked about this previously, but you choose one thing to work on. And that one thing could be file your emails or sift, because everybody always says their email inbox is like never ending, right? I tend to encourage people to choose something they've been avoiding, like your email purging, maybe a marketing plan or social media specifically, even writing the chapter of your book. And then you choose the amount of time you want to focus on this. 90 minutes, no more than 3 hours. Sometimes if you're working on something like writing a book or a project, the man Kennedy's an architect. He needs hours to design a lot of times. So it's good. But after 3 hours, you can start getting a little antsy. Maybe your watch will be buzzing you to get up and down. You need to get up and stretch and give yourself a mental break. So no more than 3 hours, right? Okay, so block the time on your calendar, like I mentioned in step 3. And the thing is, you can do this with a friend or a group. I've done it with a friend, and I've heard of people. I have a friend who she does it with her team. They're all remote and they get on Zoom and they're literally live, right? And they've got their heads down working, or they're doing stuff on the computer. Maybe they're cleaning their house because they've been avoiding it, whatever it is, right? And then the beauty of that is if you have a question or want to bounce something off of somebody, you can just say, hey, anyone here got a sec, right? My friend and I that did it, we just texted. We texted each other what we were going to work on. And we set aside the time. I believe we did 2 hours. And when it was over, we texted each other what we accomplished. Accountability. And trust me, when you do this kind of thing, you'll see how it helps you become more focused and productive and accountable. Step 5, reflect and adjust. At the end of each week or each month, take time to reflect on what you've done, just like a budget, right? Celebrate your wins, learn from your setbacks, and adjust your plan as needed. Because maybe you've crushed your goal. Maybe something happened in your world and you didn't. But how are you going to get back on track? And this is one habit you must stay consistent with, doing the reviews. You'll notice inconsistencies, say that 10 times fast. The inconsistencies that may be holding you back, causing frustration. And you'll also see the successes, even little bitty baby successes that will keep you motivated and going. I've done reviews for myself and for clients, and I've seen both. But when you keep going and keep going, it gets there, right? My friend that's a nutritionist says, don't give up till the magic happens. And I love that, consistent progress, in reviewing that is something I do myself, do with all my clients. And I would highly suggest you do as well, because it will be a game changer. All right. So 2 quick stories of clients I've helped and I'm helping. So client Jane, fitness journey. Yes, she's working on her fitness because she's had some issues. And the thing is, when she's not happy personally, it's causing her business to kind of like when I was recovering from my surgeries. I was just doing what I could, the best I could, right? She wanted to lose 20 pounds from the beginning of the year. She started with that. She just kept focusing on the 20 pounds. By March, she'd maybe lost 2 pounds, and she was super frustrated. But we discussed some options. We discussed what she's done, not done. And she realized 2 things. Number 1, she was not consistent. Yes, not consistent with logging her calories, her food, and her workouts. So we brainstormed some ideas, which is what I do with my clients. I don't just tell them what they can do or should do. We discuss what she or he would want to do, what they can do, especially with their time, right? She decided she found a fitness group to join so she could be surrounded by people in the same journey, on the same journey, right? They were going to help her, and they have helped her keep her more accountable for her workouts and her food, because now that she's more excited, and has found these people on the same journey, she's done a better job of staying consistent. So we just did her review, and now she's lost 9 pounds. And like I said, she's discovered this passion for working out that she never really knew she had. A lot of people don't. I've had people, when I was running all the time, people wanted me to help them start running. And I'm like, if you're not a runner, you don't have to run to get healthy. You don't have to run to lose weight, right? Find something. So anyway, all right. So she's found her consistency and found a way to help her hold her accountable and stay consistent. So great job, Jane. All right, next up, Nicole and her startup journey. Oh, like many business owners and people in general, Nicole set some lofty goals that even made me nervous, and especially for a startup. I love it when people, new businesses are just excited to get going, aggressive with their goals. However, especially new business owners, sometimes you need to baby step your way into the world of entrepreneurship. Despite my suggestions, Nicole would not back down. She kept talking about the whole goal, the big picture, the $1 million business. And guess what? She was frustrated a lot and focused only on that big picture and wondering why it wasn't happening, why there was no movement. Every month for the first 3 months, we would review her goal worksheet, which is my worksheet that she filled out, has goals. It breaks that goal down into monthly goals, and it has action items that you're going to do to help you get to that mini goal, that monthly goal. And then it also has a line for the tasks, the repetitive things you're going to do daily or weekly to get there, like logging your food or your calories, working out, only posting 3 times on social media this week, right? She had all of it at her fingertips, but she just kept focusing on that $1 million business and kept complaining that I was pulling her back, trying to get her to play too small by focusing on the small game. So I had to pull out the badass attitude. I had to get in her face on Zoom. So it was that look in the camera. She saw that look. She heard my tone. It's kind of like when I was a kid. I'm a Gen X, so we got the belt. We got the soap in the mouth. All I had to hear was my dad unbuckle his, that belt, and I would stop doing whatever the fuck I was doing to be an asshole and to get in trouble, right? So luckily I didn't have to, get the whip out or the belt, but that tone, I had to get her to hear me and that I was serious about stop. You'll get there if you'll do these little baby steps. And I probably inserted the F word. So I got her to focus on those weekly activities. I got her to see progress, and she got excited again versus wondering when she was going to hit it big, right? And yeah, it was like this huge aha moment. Her stress level and mine dramatically reduced. Woo! And after a couple months, she was thinking clearer, and she's able to, her mind wasn't so bogged down with when, what if, all that stuff, that she was able to focus on what she needed to do. And she was able to see the progress, and she celebrated, no matter if it was 2 little steps, 1 new client. She was learning how to celebrate it and be happy about it. She was excited when she went to bed and excited when she got up to do it all over again. All right, and I'm excited to say we're about to do her mid-year review, and it's looking very good considering she's only 9 months in. So she was a tough one, but I got her. Let's keep going. All right. So conclusion is no more excuses. You've got to break down those 5 things. All right. Those 5 steps, right? Revisit your goals, set short-term milestones, create a schedule, accountability, and reflect and adjust. All right. So please, I hope you listened in and made your list and you've got your steps. If you need the steps again, just email me, Sandy@sandyballard.com. Remember, Sandy with an I. DM me. I'm everywhere. Comment wherever you're seeing this, and I will send those steps to you. Or if you want help, schedule a time with me. I'm here. All right. You can always just schedule a one-off session. No pressure to buy a big ass $1 million package. Ha. All right. There's no time like now to get back at it, to get back on track. Or if you're on the success side, keep pushing forward and grow. The possibilities are endless without the excuses. All right. Remember, there's no more excuses and you've got this. So thank you again for being here. If you found this helpful, please share it with a friend who needs a little kickstart, a little kick in the ass maybe. And don't forget to subscribe, and please feel free to give me a review. I would love it and greatly appreciate it. So thank you and look forward to next time. Cheers.